Hello, MS Excel worksheet number 4. Share market analyst Ms. Paramita was observing the trend of share price of the company Infosys. She took the data for 10 days. She recorded these prices for each day, which was opening price, days high, days low, and closing price, and the number of shares traded. Now, it was also noted that the opening price of a share was the same as the closing price of the previous day. So, here comes the activities. The first one was to calculate the mean share price. Now, mean share price can be calculated in two ways. One is the average of the opening price and the closing price, and the other is the average of the opening price and the day's high and the day's low and the closing price. Now, we can choose whichever we want for now, right? Now, to find the average mean price, that means the mean share price for 10 days, against it the average has to be found. And after that, need to find the deviation from the average mean price for each of the recorded days mean share price. That means how far the mean share price was above or below the average. It is expected the stability based on how close it is to the average, and it is considered not very stable if it is very far from the overall average, right? And this number of shares traded does not have too much of work in this case. So we will keep it on hold, because when we will take up higher examples, there more and more complicated things can be added on. Now comes the set of data. Right now you will see the set of data in front of you. Are you ready? Here it is. Right? Now look at the data. Now this much was given. The first line was given. I have filled the data, but there is a formula applied. Can you notice that this opening price, other than for the first of the recording, the second day onwards is directly coming from the closing price of the previous day. I repeat, the closing price of this day is the opening price the next day. So if I change this closing price to anything, maybe a little bit of change, you will see that this one will also change the moment I press enter there. I press enter. Did you notice that this one also changed? In the same way, all these are directly connected to that one. Note this. Here the value is same as that. If you click on this cell, here also you will find the value same as the previous day's closing. So this is a formula. Secondly, I need to find the mean share price, right? So here I put this formula is equal to. Now I am taking the average of these four cells where all the price varieties are kept. C2 to F2, and I close it, and you see what will appear. What is appearing is the average of the four variation of the prices. Then if I copy this with the help of Ctrl C, and then I go to the destination where I want to paste it, and then I press enter. Then you see the prices which are appearing are all of them the average of the corresponding days high, days low, opening and closing. I would want to have all of them equal number of fractional point after. So I will put decimal behind, or I will adjust it like this. See, I increased once and I decreased once, and it became uniform for all of them, right? Then comes the calculation of the average share prices. Average mean share prices is average will be the average of all these. So here if I put the averages formula, AVERAGE, this function for cell number H2, and I put colon, and I put H11, right? H2 to H11 is the range from where I will get the average. Now for this average, this is the, what was the term? Let me see the term. It is here average mean price. If you remember, it was average mean price. You can go back in the video and see the question once again, just to remind the terms, right? So the average mean price of the share is coming to this value. Now I need to find the deviation. Deviation means from this cell, I need to subtract each of them one by one. So my source is going to remain the same. That means I need to apply something which will not vary as the source. So here I cannot give a formula which is relative for all of them. Here I'll have to use a absolute cell referencing, because every time I want H13 to remain H13 for whichever cell I subtract from it. So $H $13 minus H2, right? Now this is the deviation for the first. Now if I copy this and if I now paste this formula in the other cells, note that all of them are such that everyone is using $H $13 as the first first value. Nowhere the formula is fully changing. That's the point. The formula, if the formula changes fully, then in that case there will be a error for this formula's application, right? So just a revision once again. If I change any of these values, then you will find the overall result will vary. See, overall result changed, right? Okay.